Should be up here somewhere, but Jesus Christ. This is probably a fantastic idea, a fantastic thing to do, guys, in summer. Oh, it's so slippery. Oh. And look what I bloody found on the floor. The head's gone. Seen better days, but some of the ideas I come up with, eh? Good afternoon from Chernihiv, Ukraine. So today's plan is to go for a bit of a walk and try to find a hill just outside the city. And apparently from this hill you get a fantastic view of the city. So join me, guys, and we'll see what we can find along the way through the infamous Lenin district. Well, it's called Shevchenko district now, but it used to be called Leninsky district, and that's the district through which we'll be walking today. Yeah, in Ukraine you can always find some very weird and wonderful things when you're walking through the streets. There's always some very unusual things you see. It's definitely not predictable. Lots of kind of old things, abandoned things, random things too, which are happening now. So yeah, should be interesting. Found some kind of park here. It seems we've got a pretty cool view here behind these trees. This is where we're going, over in this direction here. Although this path is bloody slippy. Got a feeling I'll be just walking down here, as you do in a park, and I'll go whoppa, fall back on the bloody mud. It's not fantastic circumstances for walking, as you find like 90% of the time during the Ukrainian winter when you go into parks. It's bloody treacherous. Someone's lost a dog down here. The dog's called Rupert, it seems. It's a very strange name for a Ukrainian dog. Rupert. It's maybe a German dog. Rupert. And as we can hear, the dogs are starting to bark already. They love the guard dogs in Ukraine. 9 times out of 10 there's nothing to worry about. They're behind big fences. But yeah, you can hear as soon as you get into the what they call the Chesny sector, the Chesny Doma, you always hear a shit ton of dogs, and they're normally quite bloody big and normally aggressive should they get a chance to bite you. Although yeah, luckily they're normally behind big gates. They do get the odd chance they do slip out. But yeah, the Ukrainians are quite not paranoid, but they don't like to take precautions with kind of private security. Up until quite recently, the police weren't so trusted in Ukraine. That's changed a bit now, but yeah, nobody wanted to phone the police. Say for example they have an intruder. It's not the kind of place where people would automatically reach for the telephone and phone the police. It's more the kind of place where I just send out the dogs. Don't need the bloody paperwork of the police. So yeah, that is one risk, guys, of adventurizing in Ukraine outside the big cities. you do have the risk of big bloody dogs, but normally, like I say, they're behind big fences and it's all okay. Don't let that put you off, guys. And that is one thing, guys, which shocks quite a lot of Ukrainians when they come to the UK, is that they'll go out into the countryside and even into the suburbs, and we don't have any gates, any fences. We just have fully open front gardens. Anybody can walk in, and yeah, it's totally different in Ukraine whenever you leave the centre. So they're like the big fences, they're like the dogs. Probably because of the history, if you look at the history, you probably bloody needed big fences over the last 100 years. It's been in the hands of so many different political parties. You know, you've had the Soviets here, you've had the Nazis here, you've had lots of different empires. Nobody really knew who they could trust, who were their friends. And yeah, kind of makes sense why over here they feel they need to have big fences and guard dogs. Whereas in England, we've enjoyed relative prosperity over the last kind of few decades, and yeah, safety's definitely gone up. Although now in the UK I see that changing a little bit. So in certain places, especially if it's in the outskirts of big cities now, then yeah, I do see more and more fences being put up. I do see more and more cameras being installed. You can see this district is mainly without electricity at the moment, hence the generators. And it seems to me like these places almost never have electricity. In these districts where there's just houses, it seems like where there's flats, they get the priority. And yeah, 9 times out of 10 you walk past a little shop in this kind of district, and yeah, there's always a little generator outside. You guys know, in the infamous ex-Lenin district, Shevchenko district now. There's lots of crazy dogs barking at absolutely everything. Dog following me now. like I say, these dogs are everywhere. Yeah, seems guys everywhere in the ex-Lenin district. There's dogs, dog. Must be a tough place to grow up in. Yeah, one common thing in Ukraine is for the streets to look quite, if you excuse me, third worldy, but the houses to be very nice, like some kind of American suburbia. Yeah, the streets, for example, here we can see this street's like not been renovated probably since World War II, and the path and everything, and it's not really taken care of. And then you have this beautiful house here behind big gates. And yeah, it seems quite a common theme, to be honest. Like everywhere I've been in Ukraine, the streets are always like something out of the back streets of New Delhi, but the houses, for the most part, are very, very nice, very clean as well. When you go inside, all Ukrainians take massive pride in their houses. After spending so much time, by the way, in places like Turkey, like Ukraine, a lot of the Balkans, one thing I do really appreciate about my home country, the UK, is how we don't have these stray dogs. They can be a pain. Not always a massive danger of them attacking you, but it's just, they jump out of nowhere. They can start barking like this one. Cars as well almost hit them, and they are just a massive pain in the ass, to be honest, these stray dogs. So yeah, massive plus that we don't have them in the UK, thankfully. Leaving the ex-Lenin district and heading now out into the countryside. The road's getting worse and worse. So it's funny in Ukraine because you look at the maps like I do in England, and I see a road and I think, oh fantastic, a nice paved tarmacked road, and then you get to it and it's still on the map, but it turns out to be just like this. Oh, it's a good workout today. Okay, guys, at this stage I don't have a clue where I am. Like I say, the roads kind of show up on the map, but you go onto them and they're not roads, so I'm just following what seems to be the only road in this vicinity. And yeah, hopefully it's going somewhere towards this cool viewpoint, but I don't know. I figure like, even if I don't get to that viewpoint, if I just keep going up, sooner or later there's going to be some kind of viewpoint. So yeah, Vered. So yeah, for us in the UK, it's super important that the whole district looks nice. So we pay thousands and thousands per year in council tax. We pay maintenance fees. We pay for people to come and cut the front of our lawn, even though it's not in our house. In Ukraine, they like to just put up mark their territory with a big fence. Anything behind that line is immaculate. They take so much care. Anything the other side of the line, well, it's not my property, not my problem. And often this side of the fence can go into despair, and the other side can. It's always immaculate. Some very nice houses in this part of Ukraine, especially Bukovina. I think a lot of Ukrainians here work in Europe, and then they bring the money back and they want to build close to the border. First of all, because of the situation. Second of all, because if they're going back and forth, they want somewhere close to Europe. Should be up here somewhere, but Oh, it's so muddy. And I've got another dog following me. They're worse than babushkas here, the dogs. Oh, this track's just getting worse and worse. Listen to that sludge. Last time I'm bloody following Google Maps. Oh, God knows where we are. And I've got the feeling too that something's gonna just bloody jump out of nowhere. Some bloody big guard dog. These seem to be like little dachshunds. Would be a fantastic time to ask a local babushka or diedushka where this bloody viewpoint is, because this ain't much of a view here. Oh fuck. Oh, that squidge. Jesus Christ. Yeah guys, Google Maps in Ukraine, don't trust it. Better to just ask the locals, I think. Yeah, it should be up here somewhere. So it says, but God knows what that even means. It's like the track finishes and somehow you need to just do this final 100 meters somehow by yourself. I think this bit here, guys, must be the part you need to do by yourself. There's no track at all, just woodland. So yeah, cheers Google Maps. Bloody fight your way through some woods. Oh, it's so slippy, fuck. We're even at the snow altitude now. If I bloody have to walk back shit caked in mud, I won't be happy. This is probably a fantastic idea, a fantastic thing to do, guys, in summer. Not in the bloody, not at the end of November, when it's bloody snowy, rainy, damp as hell, slippy as hell, muddy as hell, and about to get dark. With a blackout as well, so I can't even find my way back on the roads. God almighty. Some of the ideas I come up with, eh? Oh, this is so muddy. Oh, this is a nightmare this time of year. How the hell am I meant to go up this? With my bloody 30-pound trainers on. I can't put the camera away. Might need cling on with two hands. Wish me luck. If you don't see me again, then thank you for watching my channel. Do побачення. Добрий день. So guys, finally made it to the top, and I think it'd be a fantastic little walk out in summertime when it's dry. But this time, yeah, you know, you've got snow already up here, you've got mud. It's not so cold today, which is probably a bad thing, because it means it's super muddy. But yeah, it's worth it in the end, I'd say, for the view. It's about an hour walk from the centre, and you don't just get a view of the city, but you also get a view of Bukovina, which is the part of Ukraine where we are now. And Romania actually is only just over there, 20 miles in this direction. And interesting that the actual signpost up here, saying kind of like, oh, congratulations, you've survived the mud and the snow, is in Romanian. E inaltata in cinstia Eroilor Bukovieni. Some think about it being constructed this in 1993. This post, of course, and well, not the mountain, well, the semi-mountain. And yeah, it's interesting, why is it in Romania? Maybe it's a pretty significant place in kind of the ancient borders of Romania. Or maybe Romanians generally used to, or maybe still do, inhabit parts of this part of Ukraine, Bukovina. So yeah, now guys, we've just got a small matter of trying to get back to the centre. I don't know if there's another way. Hopefully, I'm hoping there's another way back down again, because that path up here, it was hard enough getting up, and you're kind of going against gravity. I imagine if you're going down and you slip, then whoa, you're just gonna, if you're coming up and you slip, you're just gonna fall, like face plant the mud, but you're not gonna fall down, which is obviously not ideal, having a face covered in mud, but at least you're not gonna fall down. If you're going down and you slip, then gravity is just gonna take you down and down and down. So yeah, hopefully there's another way to take it down. So yeah, looking at Chernivtsi from above, I would say down here somewhere, this district here, the closest district to us is the old Leninsky district, what's now called the Shevchenko district. This is quite a big hill actually over here. You can see the top's basically fully snow-capped. The valley's got no snow at all. Here, a little bit. We've got the center, I'm trying to work it out. Yeah, the center's here. And then as you go down here, it gets a bit flatter. So this is where they decided in the 1970s, 80s, and probably even 90s to build a lot of the big block buildings. So down there you get a lot of the Soviet Union style typical 9-story flats. Here I'd say most of these buildings are either pre-Soviet Union or post-Soviet Union. Up here you can see all the snow-covered roofs. They must mean one of two things. They either have good insulation or they don't have any gas. Hopefully it's the first of these two. This guy was here, he went down this way, so I might have a little wander over down there. Hopefully you can kind of link around and it's a bit better than going down this sheer mud cliff. I don't quite fancy walking through the centre of Chernivtsi in about an hour's time when I get back with caked trousers, with a caked trench coat. Obviously I would know it was mud, but you know, other people. So anyway guys, you can't go anywhere, so I thought I'd come up here. I thought have some nice time in nature, a nice chill out for half an hour, and look what I bloody found on the floor. You cannot go anywhere, if you're me at least. Nice chilled out half an hour, beautiful view, and you bloody bump into that. Anyway, I'm back down again. I can't stay here after that. The head's gone. I'm in the wrong psyche now. See, I just spoke to this guy walking behind me and he said that, yeah, hopefully you should be able to get down here back into the city, but actually whether it's easier, I don't know. Seems like we're going towards Romania instead. What do they drink in Romania? Rakia. Take my chances and just run, I think. Go with the slipperiness. Go with the flow, as they say. Very important advice, I'd say, in Ukraine. Just go with the flow. Why didn't I buy some boots? I've literally passed so many shops with boots, trainers, and I was soaking because generally the ground is soaking and muddy. When will I bloody learn? Look guys, I don't have a clue where I am now, because these roads on Google Maps like aren't actually roads. Either it's like literally one tiny little like couple of stones which is a street, or I've just missed it, I don't know. And where this street is leading us, I don't have a clue. It seems to be going the, well, it is, not it seems, it is going the absolute opposite direction. The city's in the other direction. Unfortunately guys, it looks like I'm going to hit the Leninsky district at night time with all them bloody stray dogs. Not looking forward to that, of course. It's almost dark now, so yeah, I don't know. See how things go. So guys, now I'm in a rush to try and get back before it gets dark, so I don't really fancy walking these streets at night time in a blackout, but I couldn't turn down this opportunity to show you this old Soviet style fitness park. Also a kids park as well. Wonder if anybody still plays here. It's all in the Ukrainian colours. Oh, it still works. No way. Got the little, I don't know, like push-up bars. Basketball. How the hell can you play basketball on here? I don't have a clue. What was Soviet basketball played on? Bloody a farmer's field. You can see the basketball hoop. Seen better days, but still, even still, better than the one in Greece. Basketball kind of hoops gone, the backboard smashed. You know, how can you play on that? You'll pop the ball, if anything. Got a goal post here. Volleyball post as well, without the volleyball net. Fantastic turf on this football pitch, as we can see. Some it's an agility test. So you come here, you go round this way. Oh, I'm so fast. Actually, I'm not. I'm just moving the camera in my hand and not actually moving myself. Some little, what are these here? I think at some point here we've had like a little children's seesaw in the proper hardcore style. Looks like it's seen better days. It looks a bit, doesn't, oh, it's still pretty sturdy. Still in one piece. And the ladders, get up onto the top, cool. And yeah, one thing I noticed guys is that some things money can't buy, even now. So these houses are definitely pretty well off, as we can see. They're pretty well to do. But I can't see one light on at the moment in them. So even here, even despite this being a pretty well-to-do district, they still haven't avoided the blackout, and yeah, even here it seems it's going to be fully pitch black in about 10 minutes. Yeah guys, I'm a bit out of breath. You'll have to excuse me. Just I'm walking pretty fast now. I want to get back to at least some street lights. Well, not even street lights, but at least back to some kind of main road before it gets fully dark, because yeah, these dogs are bloody everywhere. Little buggers, well not little buggers, big buggers. If they're little buggers, it won't be such an issue. Yeah, you can see here too a full blackout tonight, unfortunately. Petrol station here totally shut, probably because there's no electricity. Has been working recently, you can tell by the prices. So these seem to be the gates of the city, back into the city. That's fantastic. So guys, yeah, almost back now. What a bloody trek that was. Took a lot longer than I thought, and it's like almost 5 now, and I'm still walking back, but generally it's been good fun looking back. Until next time, guys.